Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Charles. Hey, Blake. Charles, thanks for redeeming Put on the Hat. Wait, did I say Tuesday? Is it Wednesday? Hi, Wednesday. Okay. So, I have given myself a little bit of a challenge. And actually, it's a little bit more than a little bit of a challenge. Hi, Tech. We are going to game jam for the next 7 days. I don't promise to do all of it on stream, and this isn't going to be a tutorial, so there's going to be a whole lot of brain melting going on, including my own brain, as I've already discovered. Hey, Super Mario. So let me explain the objectives and what my objective is for today. And I will do a little, education along the way for what I know already. But I want to warn you guys, we're targeting the Game Boy Advanced, which this is like before modern era, like Unity-based programming, right? Like this is hardware level memory-based programming, which I don't do in my day-to-day job. And yeah, this is going to melt my brain, and my hope is that we can get just far enough that I can build the simplistic game that I want to build. That's my hope. But I gotta talk through some things and where I've already made it more difficult on myself than I need to, and all that. So here's the deal. We are making a game for this thing. This is the Nintendo Ereader. It works by taking an e-reader card, such as this one right here. You put it into the Game Boy, and then you swipe it. Weep! Like that. And it loads what they call dot code, and I don't know if the camera is going to be smart enough to figure this out. Focus on the dot code. Can you focus on that? Maybe? You focus on the whole card? Oh yeah, look at that. The dot code is at the bottom. You love how this is just the original amiibo? Kind of, except no. The amiibo, I mean, there's really nothing. Well, the amiibos are NFC, and they have IDs. It's a ID number that gets stored in the amiibo and then is part of the program that gets read. I don't know that you could put code on it. There was something a little similar that I wanted to look into because developers never really made use of this, but supposedly you could have data stored into the amiibos, but yes, you could also store it like into the Wiimotes and take like the data from one place to another using a Wiimote, but nobody ever really did that. But yeah, in any case, this is not an ID number, is probably the big deal. This is actually code. It is legitimately code at the bottom. Yeah, exactly. It was real. It just never really got used by anybody in any meaning. I can't even think of a game that tried to use it. So the goal is to make this, because this requires no homebrew at all to get it to run on a Game Boy Advance. Not that a regular Game Boy Advance does, but I could literally print cards like this with my game on it and send them to people, and if you had an e-reader, you could play them. But yeah. They did that with like Mii's. Yeah, you could move your Mii or something. Yeah, I do remember that. That was like the one thing that did it. But, so, I gotta talk through a few notes about that now. So, quick little crash course in why I might be making my life harder than I intend to be making it. So, this right here is more than just a magical reader to the Game Boy, okay? It actually has some built-in stuff. So, these cards come in essentially 3 different flavors. Flavor 1 and actually there might be a fourth flavor. Yeah, I guess there's a fourth flavor, but we'll get to that in a second. So flavor 1 is NES. So some of these cards, and in fact I have some here. Hey, fourth. Yeah, exactly. They're edible. Like these right here. These are the cards for Excite Bike, right? This actually contains the ROM for the NES ROM for an Excite Bike game. Now, NES games come in modes, and I don't remember all the details of this, but like the really old NES games are all typically like mode 0. And then there's a few other games that have like higher modes that cause the Nintendo to behave in different ways and interact with the cartridge in different ways. Mode 0 games are the only thing that the e-reader supports, which basically means the oldest of old NES games, if you want to think of it that way. If I can't figure out what I need to figure out for this project of mine by, let's say, Saturday, I might switch to doing this method, because writing an NES ROM is significantly more documented on the internet than everything else we're trying to do here. So making a Mode 0 NES ROM might actually be the quickest path to success. The problem is, it puts you in a box that's even smaller than the box we're already in, namely that we can only do what an NES can do, which means 16-bit color and an A and a B and a start and a select button and, you know, that kind of thing. And 8-bit audio or whatever the NES had, right? So that's one version. The second version runs what is known as Z80 code, and I don't know if we'll end up on that one or not, because I don't fully understand the difference between the Z80 code and what I want to do anyway. Z80 is just, again, another processor flavor, if you will, of emulation. And then the last one is, they call it GBA, and you would think that that would mean like you could take a GBA ROM and shove it right onto the Game Boy. It doesn't work that way either. It gives you the power of the Game Boy Advance, so you can do everything that the Game Boy Advance does, but you're in a box. And that box is the e-reader itself, if you will, and what it lets you do. But that mode is how they typically did some of the more advanced interactions between like GameCube games and the Game Boy. Yeah, it's physical DLC in some sorts. Yes, you're not wrong. So like, let's see if I have any of those cards here. I don't know if the Pokemon cards did that or not, but Animal Crossing would be a good example of this. So Animal Crossing loaded a little mini app onto the e-reader first, and then you scanned in the cards. I don't think you had to scan the cards first. But yeah, these are villager. Well, at least this one's a villager. This one's Dottie. I don't really even remember where I got these. Like, it's been so long ago. I do have a surprising number of them, though. Not as many as I know there are. And I know that there are some people that are archiving these cards. And there is a part of me that wants to, like, collect them now. But, I'm too lazy to do that. Oh, look at that. Air hockey. I wonder if air hockey... I'm just looking at the card here for air hockey, and it kind of looks like it might be using the more advanced stuff as well. So I might want to look at the code for air hockey, if I can find it. Oh yeah, and patterns too, for Animal Crossing. I don't know if it was for the GameCube or the original N64 one, but there's a Tamagotchi villager. Interesting. Speaking of, apparently Pokemon is doing the card game pack opening on phone. Yeah, there were a whole bunch of Pokemon updates yesterday, none of which caught my attention. I'm just gonna say it for what it was. I looked at them and I didn't care, but you had thought about collecting them too, but you very much didn't want Pokemon cards, so you decided not to. I mean, what I would say is this: if you see them in a store, they're probably worth picking up. Like in your outings to various Goodwills and stuff, if they happen to show up there, I would, if they're not like insanely priced, they're not the worst thing in the world, especially since it's such a small form factor to collect them. Yeah. Never seen more cards in the wild. Yeah, and I'm with you. I haven't seen them in the wild either. So let's actually dive into where I'm at, because I actually worked ahead for once on stream here to try to be ready for today in at least some meaningful way. So the first thing I'm going to be making a lot of use of is this. This is MGBA. It's an emulator, and I do have the ROM, which, by the way, you gotta love Ben Ven's card reader thingy. So I can load in the e-reader ROM on here, and lo and behold, there's the e-reader ROM.
Scan.code.
And one of the things that this thing can do is we can scan e-reader dot codes. So if we go in here, and oh, did I not? Let's go in here. Here, this one. Hello, JJDB. Now, we'll probably come back to this demo here, but this is just an example. I can load that image, which is a printable card, scan, and check that out. We've got an e-reader title that just magically works. Now, I'd like to say that that e-reader title was really easy to do and all of that. It was not. And yeah, don't worry about the fact that it doesn't say 210. I just replaced the word world with that, and I didn't know if the memory buffer was big enough to hold the 1 and the 0, so I didn't do that yet either. Which, again, getting over the top. Did you perhaps program the scrolling? So I want to be clear. I haven't written any, like, I've modified some code, but I haven't written any code yet myself, because here's the deal. 1, it's hard, and 2, I've just been trying to get my workflow working to do this, because the workflow is a little bit insane. And I was actually going to ask this question specifically of Tech, because Tech has some decent programming knowledge as well. How good are you at makefiles, my friend? Because right now, the makefiles are where I'm, for some reason, just having no luck at all. And I don't entirely know why, but we can talk through this. Could you put a video on an e-reader card? Maybe. The problem is storage. So just raw numbers here real quick. A single line of code down at the bottom there, or like a single card strip of code, is roughly 2 kilobytes, which means 5 cards is roughly 10 kilobytes, and I don't know if you can have more than 5 cards. So 10 kilobytes for a video, you're not going to get very far. That would be the biggest problem in all that. You have made your own makefiles for your own CPU, but it's a pain. It is a pain point. Okay. Well, I'll show you guys, and here's what we're going to try to do first. We're going to try, okay, so yeah, that's the first program. Let's talk through everything else real quick as well, so you guys can kind of see how crazy my day has been. So this folder right here was more or less empty at the start of my day. And these are all different apps that I've been downloading from various websites regarding how to do this type of stuff. I'm not going to cover everything in here, but the big one here is DevKit Pro. So DevKit Pro is kind of the de facto compiler for making Nintendo stuff these days. If you aren't familiar with DevKit Pro, it's free. You can get it at, I believe, no, that's not right. DevKit. Oh, it is. That is right. DevKitPro.org. And they've got a pretty healthy forum, all of that. The download for this is there. That gets you everything you need to compile. And if you don't know what compiling is, like I said, this isn't really going to be a tutorial. but compiling is the step of taking your code from whatever language you wrote it in and converting it into machine language. So that is a big part of this. So we've got DevKit Pro installed. Then a lot of these other things you're seeing here are tools from, and I should put this website somewhere where people can find it here. Let me see if I can locate the website first. I should have got these tabs in order for reading. So there's kind of like two big names in the e-reader stuff, and it's all from pre-2010. Firefly is one of them. The other one is this Kate Sith 2. But these are the tools that I'm more or less using. And we've got I'll just talk through what some of these do. So FlashMaker, I haven't tried using yet, but my understanding is that this makes a save file that you could load into the e-reader for development purposes, which we might end up using this tonight because it'll greatly reduce my workflow. NEDC Make is a make tool for making Nintendo e-reader codes. This encodes them. This packages them. So, each one of these is a component in the make chain, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Nintendo eReader .code printer, I don't really think is needed. I think this just makes the BMPs print out nicely on a printer. I can do that myself with Photoshop, so I'm not too worried about that one. Raw to BMP converts the thing that the encoder gives you into a BMP file, into an image file. Actually don't know the differences between .code print and this one, so I'm just going to skip over that one. .code dev package has basically all of these things in them, and has the whole thing bundled together, so one click to download them all. And then this is the library that was developed originally that allows you to build your own apps around these things. So again, you'll see me using these tools as I'm going through things here, but they are all command line tools, and they are all a pain. Command line tools are command line tools, but you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. So let's I've downloaded, and I should find this website too, just to show you guys, because it's one of those that, unless you know it exists, it can be really hard to find. So let me see if it's on. I don't think it's online here. Yeah, it's not. So I mentioned that there were two people. This is Kathsys website or whatever, and they've got very basic information on e-reader stuff, and they've got a link here that goes out to Tim's site. Tim's site is Firefly. Tim is Firefly. The problem is Tim's website is no longer online. So it used to look like this, and he would update here, and it has a whole bunch of documentation and demos, and thankfully archive.org, being the wonderful website archive tool that it is, has it all archived and put away nicely. So you can get all the demos and all the documentation, what little there is, from here as well. So definitely worth checking out if you're looking into it. But we're going to be focusing on these two demos right here and the GBA versions of them. The Hello World one was the one that you just saw a minute ago when I demoed MGBA. But we're going to try to get Mario Sprite working, because that's kind of where I am anyway. And we'll use this kind of as a demo to talk through all of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to start from the very beginning so that I don't sound completely like an idiot as I'm going through this, so you can see, but I'll be able to skip through and you'll be like, how did he know to do that? I'm a genius. No, it's because I've already done some of this today. So I just downloaded the Mario Sprite demo here. And there we go. We're going to delete the zip. And we're going to rename this one 3 Sprite. This is just me coding my demos here. And we'll talk through what's in this folder here real quick. So, the most important file is this main.c. This is the C code for what we are working with. And, oh, I'm going to regret this. Hold on. I'm going to start a whole new notepad for tonight because otherwise we're going to get so lost in code. There we go. Okay, so here's what that code looks like. And this is C. It's not the most friendly thing in the world. So we have some header files here, which point to these 2 files. And I'm just going to talk about this one right here. This is an Ereader API file that somebody put together. I assume it was Tim. That maps out all the memory locations for various things and their addresses. Why is Zoom doing that? Why is this not scroll? Well, whatever. So, yeah, if we go through here, you'll see the nice part is they're all named fairly well. So, like, you know, Ereader API plays sound system. Rand. You can probably guess what that does. It probably gives a random number. Okay. The horrible part about all of this is it's not really well documented. So it's going to be a lot of a little bit of trial and error and comparing it against existing Game Boy Advanced functions, if you will. Like similar type functions. Like some of these things exist, or most of them exist in some way. Yeah, everything I'm dealing with right now is pre-2010, which is again part of the problem here. The definitions here are again same thing. These are just type definitions for variable types. We don't need to dive too into it, other than that they're just creating smaller data types that are more common with the Game Boy Advanced. So then we get into the actual code here, and I don't want to dive into that yet until we get this stuff working. But the thing I do want to draw attention to are these 2 lines right here. They are this example is supposed to give you a sprite that you can manipulate, and we can kind of scroll down. Oh, gosh, why is my scroll doing that? Like normally that's if I hold control, but I'm not holding control. Unless I am and I don't know it. That is so annoying. But you can kind of see this here. If they hit left, Mario moves left. If they hit right, Mario moves right. Up, up, down, down. You can make Mario bigger. You can make Mario smaller. There's a quit button. Okay, all of these things are built into this demo app, which is great because this is like exactly what I need to basically make the game I want to make. Like, I don't need anything more than the ability to read the A button being pushed and then do some basic manipulations with it. So if we can get this demo to work, we are like 50% of the way to getting a working demo of the game I want to make. So for me, it's getting this demo to work. That's going to be like the linchpin for the success here. But it all revolves around a single sprite, and this sprite is being loaded in via these 2 lines here. This line is the palette. This line is the raw data for the sprite. And here's where our first problem comes in. They included the BMP file, but they did not include Mario BMP, the palette, or the raw C file, which means we have to generate those first. Now, again, shouldn't be a problem because what they did include was the makefile. Hello, makefile. And I didn't open it. Let's try it again. So here's the makefile. And the makefile here, for those of you that don't understand makefiles, is basically a script to put the program together by running a single command and watching it do its thing. And here's where our next major problem comes in. They're using a version of DevKit ARM from 2004. And they're making use of some tools that are 2004-ish. So we need to not do that. And ideally, yeah, exactly. Ideally find a way to bring it up to speed. So what I'm going to do first is just show you guys that it is in fact broken, assuming I can remember how to use Windows. What is... Am I not in a... There we go. Okay, so this is a PowerShell. You can see my point of making it work first. Yes, exactly. If we can get this working, then we are golden. So theoretically, I should just be able to type one magic word. Okay, I do have a key that's jammed. How is that possible? What key is... I can't... So it's got to be one of my controls. Why would my control keep... I'm going to unplug my keyboard and plug it back in, because I don't know why it's doing that. Can't type if... It's still doing it. Hey! I don't know. Something was jammed in my right control. Okay, that probably means I can scroll now. I can see your point of making it work first. Generally, it would be easier to make Windows XP VM and build in that if you could. These are all going to be 32-bit tools that might work fine on modern Windows, but you're going to be adding a lot of overhead. So, the good news is that all of the tools have worked so far. So my bigger problem right now, and we might go down that road if I try to roll back everything, because you'll see why here in a second, where I'm getting stuck. Okay, so I run make, hoping that things will just work, and it tries running arm-elf-as.exe, and it says no such file or directory, which is fine, because I immediately didn't do something I needed to do, which was tell it where the heck DevKit Pro is. And on top of that, DevKit Pro doesn't call these arm-elf-as anymore. It's no longer that name. So what I'm going to do to demonstrate this and regret all my decisions here is I'm going to open up one of their make files. Okay, so we're going to go into DevKit Pro, and I'm trying to remember where it's in tools. I never actually looked in this. Okay, good to know. There's a lot more things in here than I had realized. And there are tools in here that have nothing to do with GBA development, which is a whole nother thing. Okay, forget this. Never mind, we won't forget this. GBA, Let's... Graphics. Simple BG scroll. I don't know if I like this one. Hold on. PCX view. Let's try that one. Let's look at this make file. Yeah, this is more complicated than I want to work with. Okay, we're going to do something different because tutorials are actually a good thing most of the time. Oh yeah, DevKit Pro has no knowledge whatsoever of the e-reader as far as that's concerned. You're not wrong about that. That's a whole... Forget that hurdle for a moment. Okay, here. This is one of the de facto... I call it the Tonk tutorials. I'll put a link in chat again if you guys want to look at it. This is for actual Game Boy devs, so they have a whole setting up your environment thing here, and all that fun stuff. And so we've got DevKit Pro installed. I'm just realizing now that I maybe skipped over this part of the conversation. Where do I get MSys? MSys. Maybe this is one of the things I've been doing wrong. We're going to try this real quick. Because now that I'm realizing it, this probably explains why my make files have been failing. As hard as they've been failing. Back from lurking. Welcome back. You've missed a ton. Just I can't do anything about that. So one of the problems I was having was with paths, because you'll notice all like the slashes are facing the wrong direction in this make file, and I thought I understood what was going on, but now I really question that. So we're gonna do a little experiment. Run MSys2 now. We have a new... Okay, so... LS. LS. Interesting. D. LS. That works. Oh, we might be onto something. What did I name this folder? Dev... No, GBA dev? GBA dev. Okay, so I'm glad I went and read... Oh my gosh, this... We may have just made this really easy. Dev kit... No, we don't want to go there. We want to go to A. And then we're in 3. Okay, let's just run make. I know it's going to fail. Oh, make not found. Why is make not found here? Now we have a new problem. I got it from devkitpro.org. From them, devkit. I can show it from the GitHub. So I went here, and then I went to... If you already use... Oh, did this install MSys? Wait, there's a start menu? I shouldn't have installed MSys. Oh, now I'm feeling even stupider. Why do I never read the instructions? Okay, hold on. It created a folder. Oh, it did. It created a folder called... Oh my gosh. Wait, it failed to run though. Okay, hold on. It is. It's like a Unix terminal. You're not wrong. But hold on. I'm going to uninstall what I just installed because now I'm actually regretting that. Because it looks like it came with. It's funny then that I got as far as I got today without doing this. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, uninstall msys2. And we might reinstall DevKit Pro. Okay, so I know you guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to my DevKit Pro folder in my start menu. And in there was an msys2. I'm running that. And I'm getting this error. Why am I getting user bin bash, no such file or directory? It seems like a weird error to be getting if the installer did what it was supposed to. Keep downloaded files. All of that looks good. There are a lot of errors in that thing. Okay, we'll let that keep going. Graphic installer. This is what I download. Please note the installer provided by DevKit Pro, which installs and updates tools and libraries we provide, blah, blah, blah. And it has no relevance to any of the tool chains or other components. Please do not use this installer and then overwrite anything with downloads provided by third parties, which is the mistake I may have just made. If you require help updating old projects, don't care about that. Please do not link directly to this release. Link to the getting started, blah, blah, blah. So that was what we downloaded initially. Please do not write tutorials without discussing it with DevKit Pro staff first. Really? They don't like people writing tutorials on how to use this stuff. Why are we hung up on creating an uninstaller? This is not a tutorial, by the way. Just saying. Okay, says complete. Hitting next. Updated and installed these components. Finish. Okay, so now, again, I'm going back to my start menu. I'm going to the DevKit Pro folder, and I'm launching msys2. Not find bash. Make sure you typed... Windows cannot find GBA dev. Did I just install it someplace else? DevKit Pro, msys2, USR, bin... Looking for bash. It's not wrong. Bash is not in this list. Okay, new plan. Because now I'm even more confused. We're going to disable this one, this one. I don't know what GP32 is. We'll leave that one. What is GP32? Okay, we don't need any of the other developments. Wait, why didn't it let me pick a directory? Oh well. My plan failed. You know, I want to blame them, but at the same time, I feel like there's a lot going on here. Is the Game Park 32 a South Korean homebrew console from the early 2000s? Really? And it must have, I assume, done something similar to the way Nintendo did things, because that's a weird... I feel like that's a weird thing to include in this bundle. Like, did it have, like, native Nintendo support or something? Or, like, was it built on top of the same design specs for the original Game Boy? Okay. I know what my new plan is. I'm going to uninstall DevKit Pro, and then I'm going to reinstall DevKit Pro. Because I think somewhere along the line, I may have messed it up. And just to be sure, I'm going to download the latest version of the installer one more time. And we'll put it right here. Or as a Docker container. Okay. Rerunning the DevKit Pro updater. Now, somewhere in here... Here's what we're going to do. We're going to rename the DevKit Pro folder. We're going to call it DevKit Pro Bad. It's open in another program. Okay, let's close a bunch of things. Okay. What's open? Close PowerShell. Close our command prompts. Okay, we renamed it DevKit Pro Bad, so it's no longer in the right folder. So then... we're going to delete that file. We're going to try running this again. Next, download and install. Keep downloaded files. Minimal system. We don't want switch. We don't want GP32 or anything else because we will keep it as light as we can. Next, we're going to install it into DevKit Pro Good. Put it into the DevKit Pro. You know what? I'm going to delete the existing DevKit Pro folder just so I know that it got replaced. Although Windows is not making this easy. More open file location. We're deleting DevKit Pro. Gone. Okay. That's, and we'll name it DevKit Pro Good, just so I know that it did that too. There we go. Okay, so this is going to take a moment to do whatever it is it's doing. And hopefully this works. Although, if I could get a Docker container with the entire toolchain, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world right now. Especially if it had all the other little side tools that I needed, which it won't, but still. Oh my gosh, though. If it turns out, though, that it was just that I wasn't running the right shell... I probably shouldn't be showing you this. It looks like it's generating keys. Error retrieving. I don't know what all those errors were, but I'm okay with it. It's interesting, though, that I got as far as I did without this. But, yeah, we'll circle back. So, while this is doing its thing, I'm going to show this on the screen again. So this is kind of the dev kit ARM tutorial that I was trying to follow. And so they had these makefiles in here that look like Linux-based makefiles to me because of the slashes. But again, because of that MSys thing, this supposedly will just work. At least I'm hoping. And the weird part is it did kind of just work using... I must have been using like Windows Make with a little bit of rewriting, but we'll see what happens here as we get through things. I'm just curious, is anybody trying to follow along? I mean, it sounds like Tech might be trying to follow along a little bit. Trying to set up the full dev environment. You're just listening? Okay. Watch Tech beat me to getting the things I'm trying to get working. And this is after me spending like an entire afternoon working with this stuff. And like... So you saw the working ROM that I had, which I had to compile. I got it compiled. It's just, it was not clean. And if I can get a clean dev chain working, that might actually solve all my other problems. But we'll find out. I don't know why creating the uninstaller takes as long as it does. It just sits here. We're creating you an uninstaller. Please hold. Completed. Next. Finish. Okay. Gonna try to run MSys from our DevKit Pro good folder. Oh, it's there. We're clicking MSys. User bin bash, no such file or directory. Okay. User DevKit Pro user bin bash, no such file or directory. What am I doing wrong? Supposed to be contained within MSys paths, not Windows paths. That's fine. Hey, that looks like our error. Please check your antivirus logs. Okay. I don't really have antivirus on here, but we'll check our Windows logs. Nothing there. No errors that I'm seeing. Let's check Windows Defender just in case. Oh, look at this. The setting to block potentially unwanted apps is turned off. Your device may be vulnerable. I mean, that's the way we like it. Vulnerable. 8:21 a.m. Yeah, nothing. Nothing in here that would imply that something got blocked. Everybody here's saying it's Avast, but I don't have Avast. So what if... I'm gonna try reinstalling MSys again, but I'm gonna do something really stupid. I'm gonna install it over the top of DevKit Pro so that the two are theoretically on top of each other. You have selected an existing non-empty directory. Note that this will completely wipe on... Oh, yeah, that's fine. Here, I'll put this on the screen so at least you have something to watch. Oh, maybe I won't. Where'd it go? I made it disappear. That's not what I wanted to do. There it is. Somehow I dragged it to an invisible screen. Okay, run MSys2 now. Okay, no errors. CD, D, CD, GBA dev, dir, CDA, CD3, make. The make command actually ran. Okay, good. We've got a legitimate shell now. This is a good step. Okay, so let's make this go away and let's go back and talk about the make file not being right at all. So if we go back to this script, we're going to create our own make file. We're going to do it kind of copying their structure here. So we're going to do, oops. We're going to go ahead and copy all of this for a moment and move it over here and paste this in. Okay, so let's just go through and build this out in some meaningful way. So path is their path, so that makes sense. We're gonna leave this one commented out for now. We're gonna leave the name of the application in here for now. These names can all stay, except for we're gonna change all of these to be this symbol, which really shouldn't make a difference, but my brain will be happier. Then we are going to copy these few lines right here and replace these lines here. Change this to GCC because that's what they were using. So this is just getting us, oops. This is getting us the same app. So GCC, in fact, let's do it like this. Except I actually wrote over AS, so we're gonna add that one, which now follows this methodology. So those are all gone. We're gonna remove the .exes from these. And we are gonna take this stuff back out because we don't necessarily need it yet. Okay, so let's just talk through what should happen here. So we'll save this make file. We'll go to our shell and we'll type make. And the first error, so now it's not doing arm elf, it's doing arm none eabi as, which is what we wanted. And it's coming back and it's saying line 1 arm command not found. Really? Line 52? Still having a problem with the AS? Let's do this. Let's put echo path. And let's just take a look at what we got here. So op devkit pro devkit arm bin is in the path. Arm not found. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to this directory here. Because this is the part that was not working for me because I couldn't figure out what opt was before. Ah, there is no opt. Okay, so let's try this. LNS dev kit. No, can I do LNS? I can. LNS D. So I feel like that's something that should have been loaded in as part of all this, but let's just try this again. So LNS D GBA dev kit pro good, and then call it dev kit pro. Why is it thinking about that? Why is it thinking that hard about that? Failed to create symbolic link, file name too long. File name too long? Wait, it's there though. Do I have it backwards? Hard link not allowed for directory. Okay, so this doesn't have like full Linux support or something. Shouldn't be this hard. Failed to create symbolic link devkit pro devkit good. Have I forgotten how to make symbolic links? Oh no, that worked. Okay, so now devkit ARM is in the list. So hold on. So now okay, make. Cool. That's actually progress. Because it didn't error going through the. Okay, this is actually awesome. So we did get the symbolic link in, and it got. We just got to talk through what it does here. So it basically cascades starting from up here, and it says, okay, we're going to try to make all these things. So it gets down to CRT0, and in fact, if we look in the directory for this now. Oh my gosh, my brain is melting again. Programs, Sprite. Okay, so yeah, if we look here, it created, like, I'm going to delete this CRT0.0, and I'm going to rerun make again. And now CRT0.0 is there, which is good. The object file exists. That's a good thing. Okay, so now it's complaining that it can't find GFX to GBA, which is needed here to convert the Mario BMP. So what we're going to do, and I really hope this works, in theory, it should be in this, I mean, maybe in the tools bin. Let's try that. CD opt devkit pro tools bin. No such file or directory. Okay, but what if we go into devkit pro good? There's a tools folder and there's a bin folder. So why opt devkit pro See, now what did this map to? CMake devkit arm. CMake devkit arm. .654. Those timestamps don't match. It's like it didn't map the entire 1850. 1850. Okay, that timestamp matches. libtonk is here. msys2 is here. Tools, however, is not. Nor is portlibs. So it's stopped. So let's go into devkit arm. cd devkit arm. Now see, that has more folders. 3ds rules, where, oh no, 3ds rules is a file, that's not a folder. That's why. Arm non, okay. Okay. Bin. Bin. Okay, so this is the bin mapping. So if we put all of our executables in here, we should be okay. So let me go find all the tools we need. We need GFX to whatever. So these I got from, well, by Googling, but I got them from gbadev.net, I think. gbadev.org. Thanks again for the lurk there, Super Mario. So we're just going to copy these files into bin. And then the other program we need is B2X, which that one was a little hard to find. That one I had to go out to the to archive.org to find it. But we're gonna try to see if this will work. So now we go into bin. It's like this symbolic link doesn't automatically refresh. Like it can't see. I wonder. That also isn't showing up as a symbolic link. Now I'm worried about doing that command. I don't want to do that command. Okay, so because I'm not happy with how this is working out, we're gonna try one more thing though, just to see. You found the other tools. I'm impressed. Let me change this path here real quick because I think this might help me out. D GBA dev kit pro good dev kit arm. Let's rock that path. Okay, so we're gonna put that in path, and then we're gonna do the same thing here, but instead of, we're gonna do that. You've already recompiled. See, you're like 18 steps ahead of me. I'm jealous. D GBA dev CD make. Holy buckets. Okay, we got, it ran that, converted files, it ran that, good. mthumb command not found. mthumb. Where does mthumb come into play? mthumb. mthumb is a GCC flag. I don't know what that GCC flag is. Command not. So maybe it's just an old flag? Why did it give it a line break though? Wait, is GCC not what I called this? I called it CC here. Save. I thought I had already fixed that. So we got past that line now. Main elf. Warning, main elf has a load segment with read write execute permissions, don't care. Bin. Main bin. Okay, so now it can't find the specific files for NV stuff. So this was all in the toolkit that I had to get from the one place. So we're gonna go grab those tools all really quick, and I think we can just drop them in the folder now. This is actually looking up all of a sudden. So we're just going to get them one at a time here. Daily working. Nope, not daily working. GBA dev. We're in DevKit Pro Good. We're in DevKit ARM. We're in bin. This is where we put those programs. Perfect. Okay, so we need NEVPK, which is this one. NEVPK is now there. We need NEFL make. Do I want? I should do that one. That's the one I haven't played with yet. But it would save us time, so let's do it. NF. I'm assuming I have it here. There it is. Extract all. Oh, it's just skip these files. I have it extracted. It's just under a different name. Any flash maker. So we're gonna rename this NEFL make. Hopefully that just works. We need NEDC make, which is the fun one. NEDC make, and we need that, but I think it's already over here. Skip. Okay, and then we need NEDC encode. That's this one. And then we need NEDC BMP, which has a different name now. That is I've already forgotten. Is that raw? Yeah, that's raw to BMP. So we're gonna bring that over here. Raw to BMP. We're just gonna rename this because it should do the same thing. BMP. And we're gonna try running it again. Got here, it got here. Did it actually make file 32 BMP error? So it erred somewhere in here, which we'll deal with here. NEDE or DC make failed, but I want to see what all files we now have. A programs. So we have a save file. We have a VPK file. We are really close. Main VPK bin. So it did DC make, except for it erred there. Why did it err there? File 32, that's this line. So if we just run this command here, any DC make command not found, but that's not the error we got before. That's a path problem. So I make, so input the VPK, output, does it not like the star bin? NEDC. NEDC NEDC make command not found. NEDC. Oh, did I not bring make in? Then how did it work in the first place? No, it's here. Does it require the EXE? I mean, all of those look like the right parameters. Save is a parameter, header is a parameter, fill is supposed to have a value, so we'll add that. Card 0101 make. Card 01/01. How many mains do we only have? What if we make this just say main? Card 0101 raw success. Okay, so what did it end up creating? There's main-01.raw. Main. Okay, but it didn't do that. So then it tried to do this, but there was no main dot. It became main hyphen. So this became main hyphen bin. But wait, do we have a bin? Main hyphen. We got a raw. How did we get a raw file already? It went straight to raw? So maybe make is doing the encode for us now. Let's try that. Let's just see. Updated tools, I tell you. I don't see an error, but I also don't see my file. Main blah blah blah. NEDC make. Okay, we're gonna check these command tools real quick, one by one, because I think we're dealing with something silly. Why can I never get the pop-up window to open what I want it to open? CMD, D, CD. So I know this isn't in the same shell because we're not actually going to run the commands here, but I want to see these commands. NEDC make has an input file and output file, a type 0, 1, 2. 2 is the right type for what we're trying to do. Name. Oh, there's a flag here that I think we want to use. We want to set this to bin. Hello, Raiders! See you later, Cash. We're going to add a bin flag to this, and then we're going to put this line back in. So, welcome in, Mega. Welcome back, Rainbow. So we are currently doing some, or attempting to do some Game Boy Advanced development here, and see what we can achieve. Okay, so, and we're just trying to get the e-reader board games. That's probably where we're going to end up. Now let's try something. Make clean. Okay, so we still have this raw file here, which I know is not part of the original stuff. Okay, so we're back to clean. Let's just make this from scratch and see what happens. What all we got. So there's main01.bin. Okay. So then it got to main star. Oh, because I changed it to a hyphen and it's still a dot. So dot save. Oh, please work. Please work. Make. Unable to open input file main.star.bin. Why? Why was it unable to open said file? There's also a main bin. Oh, because we changed this too. Main.star.bin? Wasn't that what that was originally? Make clean. We are both so close and yet so far. Okay, there's no weird files in the directory. Make. So we ended up with a main.bin. Ah, tech's gonna beat me. Main.bin, main.bin, main.raw, main.raw, main.bmp. I don't know what this is going to do. We'll find out. Make. Okay, so that did main bin to main raw. But it got a seg fault. Why would you get a seg fault? I didn't have, but now I got a main bin 01.bin. Why? Where did the extra bin come from? That's what I want to know. Okay. Let's just have some fun. I'm going to put them back the way they were. I'm going to comment out here. I feel like our problem is in this DC make command, or at least my problem is in the DC make command, but give me a moment here. Make. So it got successfully there. Now, the part that bothers me, let's go take a quick look at this. So it created two bin files. We've got main.bin, main bin 01 bin. Now, if we look at those files, one's 3 kilobytes, one's 2 kilobytes. Where did which one come from? We also got a main.save right here. And how big is main.save? 128 kilobytes. Okay, we're gonna try something real quick before we go any further. What we're gonna do is we are going to say load alternate save game. And we're gonna go here and we're gonna select main.save and then we're gonna reset. And if I understand what this is supposed to do, is it's supposed to give us a fake e-reader save file. Because the e-reader can remember...
Load start application.
Okay, so we got the sprite part working. We can move Mario around the screen. Okay, so we're actually really close. Like, we could actually do development. We just can't make the e-reader codes at the moment. So we are so close to having a working chain of events. Hold on, I want to see if I can make it bigger.
Start application.
What's L and R? Oh, look at that! I don't know why it stops at that particular size, but still. Oh, game crashed. Oh, Mario's upside down. We broke the game. Okay, how do I reset? Okay, now we need to pause it because I don't want this music. Okay, okay, so we're gonna do a few little manipulations here. I'm just gonna change this to output main. And then I'm also a little concerned that there's a GBA and a BMP right here. Because if I can just do BMP from right here, why wouldn't I? But one problem at a time. That's not the right command line. Make clean, make. Oh, now it's mad because I have this open. Okay. Make clean, make. Okay. What did it end up creating that time? So we still ended up with a main 01 and a main bin. Okay, we're gonna try something else. Instead of bin, we're gonna do BMP. Make, because maybe all the tools are bundled into that now. Maybe that's the real problem. Make. Said BMP success. Main 01 BMP. There's no visual graphic. In fact, it's empty. So that didn't do what we thought it would do either. Let's not do it that way. Let's do make clean again. Main.raw, where did that come from? Okay, do I still have that from earlier today? I do not. Okay, so takes in the input file, which is main MPK. Let's look at this command line options here. Input file, O is the output file, but it's optional. So I'm gonna remove the output file. Type, we know we want to. Name, I don't really like that field either, so we're gonna remove that too. We're gonna have it output bin again because bin is what I think we want. I like how there's like typos in their own code here, like bin output BMP files. That's not the case. It's gonna be -BMP, but whatever. Save one. Save one, default no. I don't know what that does, so we're just gonna make that go away for a moment. Header doesn't appear to be a valid value to pass, so we won't send that either. Okay. Make clean, make. 0101 bin success. Let's see what we got in terms of a file. We got 01 bin. We also got main bin. Oh, because this is giving us. I wonder if object copy is giving us a binary file too. Main bin. Yeah, look at that. That creates main bin. Okay, so main bin's here. When does this get used? It doesn't. Okay, well, that's good to know. Oh, main VPK needs it for this. Okay, so then VPK. Okay. You're generating a BMP. Well, I'll be with you in just a sec, Tech, hopefully. So we've got 01.bin. So then, can we... Let's do -o and let's do n. No, let's do a. No, let's do... Yeah, let's do a. Let's do a. I'm making this really confusing, but I need to be able to see what I'm doing here. Make clean, make. So now we have a.01.bin. Perfect. Okay, so then we're gonna uncomment this one, make this a and a. And then we're gonna do make clean, which probably won't get rid of the a's. Oops. Make. So now we still have an A01, but we don't have an A01 raw. So let's just remove this part of the line and try running it that way, because theoretically, if it was smart, it would just rename the file. That does not work. Okay, so NEDCENC. Out file is required. Okay, so let's do the same thing. OA. Make. Not the right command prompt window. Make. Enable to open input file a.star.bin. See, I don't think it likes the wildcard. I think that's where I got in trouble earlier, too. Okay, I removed the quotes. Now I've got A, and then I got this. So what if I remove the quotes from here? A.star.bin, or raw. Nope. If I just do A like that. A.startup.bin, output A. Bin successfully encoded to raw. So then it's trying, okay, so theoretically I have an A.raw in here. Except it didn't add the .raw, so. And then we'll do A.raw to a.bmp. And we're just going to run the make on that. And that generated something. That generated dot code. So that's good, but here's where the problem comes in. If this needs more than one bar, I have a feeling it's going to error because it can't handle multiple input files. Although maybe, well, let's just see what happens. So we're going to go back to MGB. We're going to load the ROM for the e-reader again. We're going to scan e-reader.codes, and we're going to attempt to scan in a.bmp.bmp. And scan card. Holy buckets, it worked.
Scan.load, scan.code.
Did you get yours, Tech? Did you figure out what was going on? Where's it airing?
Scan.load, scan.code.
Yep. There's my make file. Why isn't it loading the card? Oh, there it goes. What's L and R? I've already forgot. Oh, there it is. Woo! Any DC make for the BMP. So, well, any DC, did you set this to BMP or did you set it to bin? Because I jumped back and forth and I could not get it to work having it make the BMP. And I had that problem earlier today too, which is why I didn't even keep trying. I tried flagging BMP and then I went back to bin so I could do the separate encodings. But if you're airing at this line, I would guess it's this right here. The -bin. Man, I can't believe we got this far. Okay, so let's experiment now, because now we got further than I expected to get. So this is really great, you guys. Let's actually look at the source code for this game now. And maybe do something with it. Okay, so we've got the term Mario sprite here. This is cheesy nip clicker. Now, these values here, I don't entirely understand. So region is create region. We might have to do a little backtracking here. Let's just start with flooding this with a longer piece of, I mean, how many characters is hello world? Hello, or what did it say before? Before we go too far. Mario sprite, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is not OA8. Nor is it 5-0. So I believe that cheesy nip clicker may be acceptable here. Okay, so then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna do make clean. No, we're just gonna do make. We're gonna back out.
Scan.code.
Scan e-reader.codes. We're gonna grab the new ABMP. Scan can. Oh, it says cheesy nip clicker. Look at how far we are in this game already, you guys. Okay. That's called progress. Okay, let's talk about set background pellet and see what's going on here. So pellet 0. We're going to try to learn what these commands are in general. Don't care about the fade in. Don't care about initting memory. Set background mode to 0. No idea what that does. Set background pellet 0, 0002. Palette up here is defined as what I assume would be black and white, with white being on 1. So black, 0. We might have to come back. Load background system. Set background auto scroll. So is this like a default? Load background system 3.2. What happened? Let's have some fun with it. Let's make it 3.3. Because nothing can possibly go wrong with something that simple, right? Oops, wrong button.
Scan.code.
What in the world? So, there must be like pre-made backgrounds. Okay, let's do this. Let's not auto scroll. And then let's set the background to 1. Now I'm curious. Like, now I feel like we've dived into like all this nifty stuff. Holy buckets. Make.
Scan.code.
I mean, it's just built in for you. You don't even need it. I wonder what the 3 is. Let's try 4. I mean, 2 is stars. We know that. I wonder if there's a way to like look this up. That's not the right window again. Make.
Scan.code.
That turned out the same.
Scan.code.
Did I not actually like... Music goes hard. Whoa! Now we're in the... I don't know where we are now. I gotta Google this. Like, is there like... e-reader built-in backgrounds? Like, did somebody just decide to throw a bunch of backgrounds in or something? I feel like I should document this stuff. Load back... I'm gonna Google load background system. Load background system. I got 3 results for that, and none of them have anything to do with the e-reader. I feel like I could build a whole wiki around this. It's like hacking the magic bands all over again.
Scan.
I feel like it didn't actually read the card.
Scan.code.
Water. I kind of wonder what this first number is, though. Should we try mixing that number up?
Scan.code.
Different water. Okay, let's try that. Let's change this to a 2. See if we can really break it. Because theoretically, the more artwork we can not have to load in, the less we need to put on the card. So this is actually a really good thing if we can get it to work.
Scan.
Interesting, that doesn't seem to have changed anything. You just can't get it to output the BMPs yet. So can you, like... So there's 3 stages, like, and you can do each of the stages by hand. Like, I would try to generate the binary, and I can show you what these 3, like, if this would help, I could send these 3 files to you that it's making. But make sure you get the binary, the raw. It goes from binary to raw to BMP. And actually, technically, it goes from binary to raw to BMP. Well, that's not true either. It goes from VPK to binary to raw to BMP. I would try to get them working by hand first, and then figure out what the makefile's doing wrong. Because my makefile is crap at this point, too. Okay, so we don't know what the first number does. Let's set this back to 2. I kind of want to, like, cycle through these things, though.
Scan.code.
Okay, there's our starry background again. Okay, so... Intriguing. How many backgrounds do you think there are?
Scan.
That's like the 3rd type of water. Huh.
Scan.
I could probably just program it so I could click through them. Maybe. Should we try that? Let's do that. So we've got you, key, quit, and let's do Sam. No, look, Bob. Bob is a good variable. Bob equals 1. And we're gonna do instead of Mario size plus, actually we'll leave Mario size plus plus, but in addition to Mario size plus plus, we're going to run this Bob, and then we're going to do Bob plus plus. So we're adding one to Bob and theoretically reloading the background system if it's as simple as that. It probably isn't, but it might be. So let's just see if we broke it. Make. Back out.
Scan that code.
Okay, I don't have enough of a delay in there. What in the world? Oh, I think we ended up in weird memory space, but there was a lot of stuff there. That's awesome, tech. You're right there with me now. I need to slow this down. Hey Fortran, welcome on in. How can I make this slower? I would be curious what syntax you ended up with if you got the wildcard to work, because the wildcard thing will come into play when these dot codes get bigger. But that's not today. Hopefully. You know what? We're gonna do... Oh, we can't do that yet. Is there like a delay in this? No. Let's make another variable. This is the only way I can think to do it. Bob and Sam. Sam equals 0. If Sam equals 0, then do this. Else Sam plus plus. If Sam is greater than 100, Sam equals 0. I don't really like my solution to this problem, but I will do what I need to do. I use the wildcard for importing with any, but not outputting yet. I'm using raw 2BMP, which I think can split into multiple cards itself. Okay. I'm hoping that's the case too. I don't know yet though. Oh, semicolon? Compiled. Oh, I crashed the Game Boy.
Scan. Scan that code.
I forgot. I hit the wrong button. Scan the card again, please.
Scan that.
Okay. A. Oh, it's still way too fast. Let's try 10,000. Wait, maybe I never saved it. Maybe I never saved that. No, I had to have because it didn't compile. That's awesome.
Scan.
There's a weird flash in there. I think it's still too fast. Let's try 10,000. I would just like to be able to page through this real quick and see.
Scan.
Okay, so that's 2. I think that was 4. So it's still going maybe a little too fast. We'll try 50,000. I just need a good background for our game. That's it.
Scan that.
Stars. Okay. Water. 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 Land. Water. Grass. I don't know what that is. Classic clouds. Classic grass. Icy grass. We skipped over one there. And some retro looking thing. Broken stars. Even more broken stars. Dirt. I could maybe work with dirt. No idea what that is. Ooh, there was a tree in there. It looked like a Kirby tree. Again, no idea. No idea. Weird dual time text that I don't understand. I feel like we're maybe out of bounds on memory. Because now we're into like controls. That looks like Pokemon, maybe. Something to do with the Pokemon card game? And then we're into broken stuff, and now we're out of memory and the game has crashed. I mean, we've learned a bunch tonight. I'm happy with this.
Scan that. Scan.
I think the stars are actually my best choice.
Scan that. Scan that code.
So that doesn't really do anything for me. That at least, you know... I don't know how it says cheese nips, but... Or maybe we just need to make our own art. Maybe that's the only option. We need to create our own background. I think that might be the best choice. Create our own background. Speaking of, I'd like to try to do that too real quick. I know I'm already 10 minutes over the end here, but this is just proof of concept, making sure that I'm not like forgetting some weird thing. Let's see. Beta 64. Images. Copy image. We're gonna go to Paint. No, we're not. We're gonna go to Photoshop. Bum 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 ba-da-bum. Finish loading. There's the sprite as we know it. There's a sprite that's way too big. Why can't I see the transform controls? There we go. Now, I feel like the game, or that we could be dealing with better colors, possibly. But what do we have to do to pick those colors? I do not know. I got an idea. Hold on. I'm going to change my plan. Image size. 32 by 32. This is terrifying. I'm glad you think so. 32, 32. Create. Paste. Grab, shrink. That's good enough for now. We're going to delete that layer. We're going to get a paint bucket, and we're going to find a weird color. So that one, and then that one. There we go. Okay. So then image adjustments mode. We wanted, I want it to be RGB color, but I want it to be index color. 256. Custom. Nope, that's not gonna work. Web custom. Okay, so then we go into the adjustments. Oh, I can never remember how to edit the index color table. Okay, so then... Oh, I gotta think this through. You know what? I think the easiest option might actually be to rock... Okay, let's back up again until we get no color. Then delete that. Yeah, you do have the correct person on the screen. You're not wrong. We delete that. File, export, no, mode, index color, 256, duh, okay. Then file, export, nope, save as. None of those are an option. File. I don't think it's very happy with me. None of those are an option. Oh, Photoshop. Save as. Where are all of my other formats? File. Okay. Since we can't find a format that works at the moment, we'll not open that here. We will open it in Paint. Everybody's favorite development program. Paint. Paste. That works. Save. Except we lost the... I think we need that color to be... I'm gonna figure this out. Paste, 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 paste. Pencil. Pencil. Save. Okay, so now we go back over here, we run make. We go back to the GBA. Nothing, Enderman. I don't think the palette came over quite correct. But I don't know why the palette didn't come over quite correct. File, save as... Oh, it saved it as a 16 color? No, 256 Mario... Oh, wait, don't save there. Save... Maybe I was working on the wrong file. No, I couldn't have, because beta ended up in the right place. GBA dev... Programs, sprite, Mario, save. Yes. Here, let's look at it before we upload it this time, because I feel like maybe the problem was in the file itself. Oh yeah, see, that looks better already. So now... so, Pro Enderman, we are making an e-reader game, but we're almost done for the night. We're in the learning stages, the early stages. We spent the entire first part of stream setting up a tool chain, a work chain, a dev chain. But here's where we are. We go into here, we say scan ereader.code, we scan in the .code that we just made.
Scan.
Yeah, e-reader game. Oh no, poor beta. There's something about the yeah, toolchain. Yeah, I would agree with that. There's something about the palette that I'm not entirely understanding. I just don't know what it is. Like, I don't know what determine... Like, we lost the transparency, too. I mean, that's what it was supposed to look like. File, save as. I'm going to try something here. If I open that version, that's not where we were. Oh, I really didn't like that. Let's just do this. Okay. Image, mode, index color, color table. Okay, so this is the palette that it thinks it's operating under. So how do I tell this to be transparent? There's no alpha channel. Let's try this. Let's open up our original Mario again. And let's just take a quick look at his palette. Oh, see, now that one was only 16. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm working with too many colors. That's probably exactly what it is. Okay, so that might, you know, come back to haunt us. But hey, Ham, welcome on in. Okay, so I've got some learning I need to do. Like let's just look at the code real quick one more time, because I just want to see where we load that sprite in, what it does here. So create region, set text color, draw text, load background system, sprite create custom Mario sprite. We don't know what that line does. It has a position, Mario size has a 1 there, which we don't entirely know what that's indicating. Mario size increase, Mario size decrease, then render frame. Mario size though, where is it getting? Update Mario size. Update Mario size. Sprite auto scale until handle Mario. That's the sprite for the handle, Mario size, and then whatever this 1 is. It should be, but in fact, I didn't look at the make file again. I was gonna look there. It's probably this. The C16 is probably getting me in trouble at the moment. I mean, we could try flipping it to 256 and see what happens. But what bothers me then is I don't know how all these other variables come into play, because 256, I mean, it shouldn't matter. I mean, we could try it. Was there a space there? There was not. You could just try this and... Surprised that the file size didn't...
Already scanned.
Ah! Interesting. So it did increase. And it didn't create the other one, so let's do that real quick. Actually, let's just do this. We can do... There's a faster way to do this. We don't have to necessarily make PMPs every single time.
Scan that code. Start.
Well, that didn't quite work out either. But I don't know why. My guess is, and this is where we're gonna have to poke around a little bit and try to, like, sprite create custom Mario sprite. Mario sprite is tied up here, but like, I don't have a clue what any of these other values are. 441188. ER API sprite. Thanks, Pro Enderman. So here's what I'm gonna do, because I think this might actually be the best idea. Yeah, now for the follow. Thank you, Ham, for the follow. Thanks for the good music comment. Not really my music, but Zelda and Chill. It's good stuff. 3 albums. I bought all of them. They're wonderful. Regular sprites. Let's just look at this real quick. Because you gotta believe that the way the e-reader does sprites has to be fairly similar to the way the Game Boy does sprites in the first place, right? Like, they can't go too far off the radar. Oh, this is going to be fun reading. I'm just looking to see if there's like a shortcut that they haven't skipped over yet. So what were the values? 4411881. Is that this one? That's hey, look at this. It's defined right here. Oh, look at this. Width, height. Really? Hold on, I need to use my brain now. 4 for width. 2 to the power of 4 is 4, 8, 16. The sprite's 32 by 32. How does 4 make sense? Frames, and then unknown, 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 unknown. That doesn't help me. Width. Why is width 4? Four. Let's just manipulate things for a moment here, and See what happens. I'm getting Mario put back into his rightful place though, because manipulating code, like, scientific, right? You can't manipulate two things at once. Two variables at once makes it impossible to figure out what you're doing. Make clean. What? Oh. See what this does.
Let's start.
Yeah, that made no sense. So changing it to 3 somehow broke that.
Start application saved on Ereader.
Oh, why did I load that one?
Let's start.
Okay, so something else must be off now because that should have worked. We didn't do anything different. Maybe my make didn't clean everything up. Let's just make sure nothing in here. Is it in here anymore? Mario should stay. E-reader, all that other stuff stays. Make. Ah! Load save.
Scan.code. Let's start.
Huh, we broke it so good it doesn't even work anymore. What other value did I change? Unless that's not the original Mario graphic. I don't know how it wouldn't be, though. Oh, because we changed it to compile. Oh, we haven't fixed the make file. We never went back to 16 over here. Which, that's a different problem. Okay. So, make clean. Make clean. Make.
Scan.code. Scan.
Okay, so we're back to having Mario. But now, let's go manipulate. Let's make this a 3 and this a 3. And just see what happens. And then we're probably going to call it a night. Because... Actually, I don't know why. It's not like I have anything I need to go do.
Scan.start.
Interesting. That didn't change anything. Oh, or it didn't. Oh my gosh. Shut down. Make. Make. Why can it not? Here, we'll just close it completely. Make. Okay. This thing gets so particular.
Start.
Curious. So what did it do there? By dropping down to a 3. Loaded in the top hat. But it looks like it did like 24 px. So 24, and then it took 8, and it shoved it down. So 3 is 8, so it's multiples of 8. Which would mean... Okay, so I'm just gonna make a note of that because I don't want to forget that. Width times 8, height times 8. That makes a lot more sense. Frames we don't care about for the moment. Let's manipulate this one just to see if we can try to figure out what it does.
Scan.code. Start application. Start application.
Nothing that we
saved
can-
on e-reader.
Nothing that we can visibly see. I'm gonna try cutting these in half, or change that one to 4. I have a feeling one of these is like the palette colors or something.
Scan.code.
Didn't do anything either.
Start application. Saved on e-reader.
Okay, well, we still don't know what they do then. Okay, so we have a number of limitations at the moment, which is unfortunate. It would be nice. ERP background. Data. Okay, so there's a structure for loading in a background. Is this? They don't make use of that here. We don't know what data map is. Tiles, but if we can make our own background completely the way we want it, we may not need to worry about it, because then we can create the one background, one interface for our whole thing, and then go from there. I'm really surprised this isn't documented somewhere. Like, e-reader API. Nintendo. Actually, now that I say that, I'm having a brief memory of Z80 opcode list. Yeah, that doesn't help me. Thought maybe... Oh, custom background. Let's download this one and look at its code. Wait, I already have downloaded it, I'm sure. Gosh! Wait, that's the Z80 one. We don't want the Z80 one. We want the GBA one. Okay, e-reader GBA example, custom background. So let's look at this image first. So there's custom background. That's nice and pretty. Let's look at the source code for this. Fade in, memory, set background mode 0, load background custom. Okay, so I got a plan. I'm gonna make a custom background. And then that'll be, like, we won't have any other screen for our game. It'll just be that one screen. And then everything will be built on top of that one interface. I think that will make this far, far easier to deal with. This was also only a 16 color BMP though. So we're gonna have to figure that part out. That's a nice simple program though. What is map? Let's look at the make file for this, because they obviously generate that map somehow. It's coming from B2X. So map is just another output format with the flag G and P. I don't know. We'll have to experiment with that. But that's what we've got the next 6 days of this short period to do. In the meantime, I will spend a little bit of time coming up with the interface for my game, so that when we're ready to load in the image, we can. But yeah, tried resaving the Mario image and it fails as well. What do you mean by resaving the Mario image? Like, you got to make sure it's 16-bit color in its current setup. Because Yeah, I don't know. that part of it I'm still working out. I'm still trying to figure out how you would do. You just open it in GIMP and then export. Did it maybe lose the indexed color? Like, did it maybe flip the type of BMP? I don't know what GIMP does automatically. Game Boy Advanced color limitations. I just want to see if we can find... Console is only capable of displaying 56 different colors simultaneously on screen from its palette of 32,768. 8x4 color background... 8x4 color background palettes. 8x3 transparent sprite palettes, and can add basic... So maybe sprites can only ever be 8? Wait, that's Game Boy Color. I want Game Boy Advanced. Maybe that's... Hold on, let's... Can we find that tutorial again? Sprite and background overview. Let's go look at this. Sprite and background overview. The simple reason is, for this, all that graphics would be rendered by software no matter how good your code is. It's going to be slow. Now I'm not saying blah, blah, blah. The vastness use hardware graphics, which come in the form of sprites and tiled backgrounds. Background, or BG for short. As I said in the video introduction, a tiled background is composed of a matrix of tiles, hence the name. Oh, that's what the map is. So... yeah, okay, I understand what's going on. And what ends up on the screen is a matrix of tiles. There are 4 of these backgrounds. Sorry. And each tile contains an index of 8x8 pixel bitmap known as a tile. So what ends up on screen is a matrix of tiles. There are 4 of these backgrounds with sizes 128 by 128 to 1024 by 1024. 32... Sprites are smaller objects between 8x8 and 64x64, so there's a limit of 64, which is why Mario couldn't grow to that size. He was 32x32, he got stuck at 64x64. So that part makes sense. There's 128 of them, and you can move them independently of each other, like backgrounds. Sprites are built out of tiles. Hardware takes care of several other aspects of rendering, besides mere raster. For one thing, it uses color keying to exclude some pixels from showing up. These are transparent. Basically, if the tiles pixel has a value of 0, it is transparent. Furthermore, the hardware takes care of a number of other effects like flipping, alpha bending, and transformations like rotation and scaling. The trick is setting up the process. There are 3 basic steps to be aware of: control, mapping, and image data. The boundaries of these steps are a bit vague, but it helps... Okay. First step in rendering control. Control covers things that act as sprites or backgrounds as a whole, like activation of things themselves, whether to use 16 or 256 color tiles, and effects like alpha blending and transfer. First up is whether or not you want to use the things in the first place. This is done by setting the right bits in the display control register. Once you've done that, further control registers for backgrounds. For sprites, there's an object attribute memory, or... Okay. So the question is, mapping concerns everything about which tiles to use and where they go, as set in the screen appearance. See how these tiles are used. The background uses the tile map. Image data is what GBA actually uses to produce an image. This means 2 things: tiles and palettes. Yep, okay. Ah, look at this. The data of figure 7.2 interpreted as 4 bytes per data, 8 bytes per data, 8 bytes per data as a... Interesting. Default type of tile is 4 BBP. If I talk about tiles without mentioning which type, it either doesn't matter or it is just an S type. So, So the tile type... Oh, this is going to hurt my head. Yeah, we were definitely seeing this kind of stuff. So I'm going to need to read this like 18 times over. And then cross-compare it. What's bit shift 5? Divide by 2, 4, 6, no, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So for some reason it's dividing it by 32. Why? Let's just make that note. Divide by 32. Why is he asking about my e-reader stream? No. I don't know what he's talking about. There's no e-reader stream. Okay, on that note, I think we're going to get out of here. Well, tell him not to watch. No, I'll tell him. I'll hop over there. Yeah, I'm going to let my brain melt and relax. We're going to go raid Ninja Weasel Plays, and I'm going to go head over to Beta Stream as well. I could have raided him, but... You know what? Let's just raid him. There's only 5 of us. Who cares? Raid Beta 64. Yeah, we'll go say hi to Beta. We'll see what's going on over there and tell him that we may or may not be putting his face into a Game Boy Advance e-reader game. Might be fun. That said, we're doing this for 7 days. We'll see how it goes. I can't type Beta 64. So... Yeah, either way. With that, stay healthy, stay safe. Until next trip. See ya.